Well, hello again, everyone. As the title of the video says, I have a challenge for the free grace and once saved, always saved crowd. And that challenge amounts to putting your soul where your mouth is. So I have a challenge. If you truly believe your dogma, if you truly believe that once saved, always saved, if you truly believe that there is nothing that's going to keep you from walking through those pearly gates, praise Jesus, I want you to tell your audience a few of the following things. First, I want you to tell them that it's perfectly okay to maintain grudges against people. It's not going to affect your salvation. When Jesus told that parable about the debtor who had been forgiven much, but would not forgive someone who owed him much less than he had been forgiven, and who was sent to the torturers when the person who had forgiven him so much found out, I want you to tell your audience that it's perfectly okay not to forgive someone, because you've been forgiven. And if somebody does something to you and you choose to hold a grudge, that's okay. It won't affect your salvation. And then I want you to tell your audience that it's perfectly okay to blaspheme the Holy Ghost. I don't mean dropping the F-bomb on him. I just mean ascribing his work to the devil. Like saying all that supernatural activity that seems to be occurring in charismatic and Pentecostal churches, all you have to do is just say that has to be of the devil. And if it turns out that it's actually of the Holy Ghost was there and you ascribed his work to the devil, tell your audience that's not blaspheming the Holy Ghost, and you don't have to worry about it, because once saved, always saved. Okay? And after that, I want you to tell them, since once saved, always saved, there's nothing wrong with adding or taking away from the book of Revelation. And I don't mean just, going into the text and deleting whole passages or adding passages to the book. I'm talking about adding doctrines that you think should be told because the book of Revelation is arguing for them. Strange ideas about the millennium. Just ideas that you have that the book of Revelation is saying that if they turn out to be wrong and hurt people, it's not going to affect your salvation, because once saved, always saved. So go ahead, just add your ideas to the book of Revelation, or take a few out if you need be. Because once saved, always saved. Oh, and one last thing you need to tell your viewers, and please just make a video like I'm doing here. Use a phone. It doesn't have to be an elaborate video. Tell your viewers that accepting the mark of the beast is not going to be an issue, because you believe the gospel. And that's all you had to do, was actually just believe a story. It's not like you had to stay faithful or anything to Christ despite martyrdom or persecution. No, you believe the story, and once saved, always saved. So if you have a choice between being martyred brutally or watching your children, being taken captive, instead of renouncing Christ, you don't have to renounce, you just take the mark of the beast. What's the big whoop? You're saved. And nothing could possibly change that, right? So forget about martyrdom. Forget about the brutality. Take the mark of the beast. It's not going to matter, right? Because you believe the gospel at one point. And that's all you ever had to do. And once saved, always saved. So go ahead. Hang on to your grudges. Blaspheme the Holy Ghost. Add to the book of Revelation, and then take the mark of the beast, because once saved, always saved. Go ahead, my friends. Free grace, once saved, always saved teachers, go ahead, make that video arguing those claims, and then post it on your channel, if you have the nerve. But I would recommend that before you do, you take another look at James chapter 3, verse 1, where it says, "Do not be many teachers, because those of us who teach are going to be judged by a different standard." Have a nice day, everyone.